for joining our Tuesday night broadcast of the NBA on 2K Sports.
Let's get a nice clean game, huh?
Along with Greg Anthony, Brett Berry, and our sideline reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Looking at the Lakers, they took the win in their last game against the Jazz. And that one really went the distance, and they finally took it in double OT.
Yeah, it is always a great feeling when you go the extra distance, double OT in this case, and are able to come away with that win.
Interconference battle tonight, Brent. You could feel the change in atmosphere when you go up against a rival.
No doubt about it.
It's amazing.
Not only the teams are feeling it, but there's something to the fan bases who understand, oh, these guys. I don't care if we win another game. We want to win this game
one,
tonight.
Yeah. That's important. Portland with the ball. 6-point game. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And had the right idea there in calling for the screen, but he was just slow to get to the spot and didn't get set.
A lot of this is just poor effort right now. He knows what the timing of the play should be. He gets a little lazy about what it could be.
Here's Harris. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Booker getting down to business on the defensive end. Terrific at knowing when to go for the steal.
George double teamed. It's stolen by Johnson. And now Portland on the break. And the slam dunk by Russell.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Well, terrific anticipation using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
Kicks it out to Johnson. There's the lob for Harris. No good. Shot missing.
And a little frustration now, missing on the catch and flush.
Sometimes the easy play is the right play. You take a chance when you go for that big finish.
Pass to Roy. 6 to shoot. And George.
No, that just happened. Paul George dunk contest? Maybe a little older, but I love to see him get up.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
Now, here's George. He's got 5. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down.
And it's Johnson penetrating. And the basket by Harris.
Well, early in his career, defenses challenged Tobias Harris to take this shot. Now they don't want him to, for good reason.
Tobias Harris in his 8th season in the NBA and still just 26 years old.
Yeah, I mean, 1 season at Tennessee, and he has slowly but steadily improved each year. And, you know, he's gotten stronger, more consistent with his long-range shooting, and he's found his calling as one of those prototype small ball forwards.
A really good decision there from Paul George, quick to find the open man.
Back to Harris. Johnson outside. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. On the wing, Johnson. Back to Harris. Over Jackson. And Jackson with the block. From deep, George. Outside for Roy. Back to Cauley-Stein. And taken away by Johnson. And it's Harris off the drive. Basket is good. The assist from Johnson.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
.127 left here in the opening quarter. George. He can't hit that time. Johnson with some nice D. The three from Dudley. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Booker finding the open man that time, trying to get his teammates going.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Back to George. And George with this stuff.
And that's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up the dunk.
Well, that's a play that only works by practicing over and over and having a great rhythm with your teammate. You could see the timing there.
Lays it up off the glass. George has got 9 points.
Man, he's shooting the ball very well, in addition to creating for both himself and his teammates out there on a roll. We'll take a look at the history of the Portland Trailblazers, and part of the NBA since 1970, and the phrase Rip City, which has stuck with the team ever since winning that title back in 1977.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. There's 39 seconds left in the first quarter. And here's Mills. High post, Gortat. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
Yeah, just too anxious to try and make something happen out there. This is about the team, not about you.
The drive by Gordon. Can't cash in from close range. And Harris wide open. He shoots. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Yeah, it didn't take them long to get that transition game going.
That's a quick way to build the lead, but Greg, can they sustain this kind of effort all night long? We'll see.
Here's Gordon, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
Well, this is something he's working on. A good natural leader from the point guard position wants to help out by becoming a better facilitator.
And another momentum shift. These teams going back and forth all night.
Yeah, which team's going to find some consistency first? Neither one can pull away.
Now here's Gortat, still looking for his first bucket in this one. And taken away by Johnson. And a wide open look for Lamb. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist. Lamb's got the lead up to 4 now for the Trailblazers.
Well, entering the league, Devin Booker really had some troubles on the defensive end. So as much as we talk about offensively him trying to get better, on the defensive end he needs to learn how to be in better positions.
Shots good by Mills.
For a guy who makes his living behind the three-point line, Mills looks comfortable there, taking it inside.
Pass to Gortat. And it's Gortat finishing it off.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Well, this team now has to settle in right here and have a great possession without getting so aggressive that you compound your mistake.
And with Booker's defense, Brent, still being a work in progress, the advantage is he is still very young.
Well, the coaches have really simplified the game plan on the defensive end. So you do things like jumping ahead of the screen or pushing down the screen and start to corral guys into areas. That's helping Devin Booker establish some more confidence on the defensive end.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need him.
Kept alive. Pass to Gortat. Misses off the left iron. And so it's Lamb with it. He brings it up for the Trailblazers.
That's a strong finish from Tobias Harris.
Lakers trail by 7. Mills looking it over. High post, Gortat. Clock at 6. Shot clock reset for the Lakers. And then Gordon with the dunk.
And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Greg. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe.
Yeah, I feel like he's getting more and more confident and might be able to take over in this game.
Mills with it. Eric Bledsoe covering. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. Let's talk about team defense, Brent. To develop trust, it seems like guys have got to communicate on the floor.
I talk to my friends often who ask me about playing an NBA game and playing defense. They first start with saying that I didn't play any, but the second thing we get to, Kevin, is talking about really how intricate good defenses can be. You talk about communication, that's one thing, but throughout the course of the season, you build so much sweat equity on defense and trust by knowing that somebody's going to be behind you, hearing that voice consistently, but positions on the floor where you almost develop play sets as a defensive team. Now, when you reach that level, that's the upper echelon, but that's when it really gets fun to be down on that end, to shut a team down, to keep a crowd quiet. Defense always begins with great communication.
So many things. Rotations and playing angles and having the guy in back, you know what you can do well, what you can't do well if you're ahead of him.
Well, that, Kevin, and also great teams who are adaptable to make changes on the fly. All of a sudden, a dead ball, coach calls out a different coverage. You want to mess up the team's rhythm on the other end, and 5 guys, they snap to it and can carry out that defensive assignment in one play call. That's great defense.
Lakers trail by 8. High post, Gortat. Young with no one around. And the 3 ball is good. Young's got his first 3 points of the game.
You just can't allow good looks like that from beyond the arc. That's just inviting all kinds of trouble.
Yeah, and they're starting to warm up from the field this quarter.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Now, here's Roy. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And there it is for him.
Just feel like Willie Cauley-Stein getting more comfortable the more time he's gotten in his young career and showing signs of being a passer.
You know, Brent, when you think of Devin Booker, you immediately think scoring. But he's become, as time goes on, an excellent facilitator as well.
Well, I think he's learning to do that, Kevin, because of the playing time that he's getting. And the defenses that he has seen in the early part of his career have been quite unique. You know, 2 out of the first 3 years that he played in the NBA, he's averaging over 20 points. So the passing part of his game, the more feel part of his game, it's coming along nicely.
Now Roy. Paul George missing from long range. Roy with it, and Zeller picks him up defensively. Lakers working the ball around now. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And Booker is tremendous at driving to the inside, throws himself at the D to get the call.
And this is his 2nd trip to the line in the game. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. And there's another turnover by the Lakers.
Yeah, this is where you have to sharpen up your passing. That's a careless turnover.
And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession.
Yeah, just not good court awareness there. You cannot afford to be careless. That just leads to bad turnovers.
Tobias Harris, he's feeling it. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Trailblazers leading by 5. And they call an illegal screen here.
And had the right idea there in calling for the screen, but he was just slow to get to the spot and didn't get set.
A lot of this is just poor effort right now. He knows what the timing of the play should be. It's a little lazy about what it could be.
Pass to Gortat. To the middle. And taken away by Johnson. Here's Harris. Banked in off the glass. Harris has got the first bucket of the third here for the Trailblazers.
Great penetration by Gary Harris. The D did not step in front of him, and as a result, he gets an easy finish.
Shots good by Mills.
And defensively, this is the opposite of how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, it's like 4 teenagers at home over the summer, just not enough activity. You've gotten your rest. It's time to man up.
Harris outside. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game. Well, sometimes it just takes an opportunity in the NBA, and Aaron Gordon has made the most of it. Since taking over that power forward role full-time, he has shown remarkable improvement. Plays with more confidence and aggression on offense and has transformed himself as a player.
I'm not the biggest player out there, but Tobias Harris confident to get down low, use his frame, and score.
And it's Gortat finishing it off.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Especially in a game that is this close, every possession counting. That was just one side wanting it more than the other.
He is a big guy, and Gortat doesn't play the finesse game. This is a guy who's all about strength. Forget about laying it up there. He's going to take the power approach.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. And for Gordon, in his first full season as a starter, he instantly became a star in the league.
And when he was taken 4th overall, this was the type of player the team was hoping he'd become. His outside shot has improved by leaps and bounds and always plays with speed and athleticism. And now I think he's got a much more fully rounded game, which makes him dangerous.
Here's Cauley Stein, and it's good off the glass.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
It's to Bonley. Kicks it out to Johnson. They double-team Johnson. To the wing right side. Holmes. That's good, and Johnson with the assist. And the Trailblazers lead by 5.
Yeah, they've only missed 1 out of their first 5 shots here in the second half, guys. Their offense really moving well, ball snapping, and the shooting looks to be in great rhythm.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Pass to George. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Cauley Stein. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It goes on Devin Booker.
I just think he was completely focused there of making his way through contact to score the ball.
Well, Greg, and Willie Cauley Stein, a live wire 7-footer.
I mean, he's got great foot speed for his size. I just like to see him really become more aggressive offensively and try to improve that skill set. But his mobility is so desirable in today's game.
Oh, there's no doubt that Devin Booker possesses a lot of great talent. The question around the league is, when the team becomes competitive that he's playing with, can he consistently carry the load on his shoulders?
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Yeah, it's funny how you see so many picks, but this one sets up the defense well. No one rotates over. Bang.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. They double team Johnson. Cauley Stein grabs the board.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Now, here's George. 11 points in the game. Count that one. Now just a 1-point Trailblazer lead.
George out there moving the rock and figuring out where his teammates were to have success on that possession.
And it's out of bounds as the Portland Trailblazers retain possession. 1:56 left to play here in the third. Yep, that one goes in there. That's now 8 points for Johnson.
If Booker's that close, the D is done for. He can't let a good scorer like that get whatever he wants, especially on the inside.
Now here's Mills. And they double up Gordon. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And here is Los Angeles now. Back to Mills. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Gortat. Back to Mills. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Mills has got 4 points now in the quarter. Now Holmes. Covered by Mills. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Devin Booker is such a natural and gifted scorer. Even when he gets hit on that play, he stays in control with that shot.
And it'll be his 4th time going to the free throw line in the game. And marching Gortat, the Polish hammer, in the final year of a 5-year, $60 million deal. Greg, he's been worth every penny.
He has, but he turns 35 this season. He'll be motivated to earn that next contract, but now on the downslope, we may see his role evolve over the next few years.
Young's shot is off.
And even without that free ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Harris with a head of steam put his head down and then put the ball down.
Lakers trail by 6. Outside Gordon. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. To the inside. Reverses. He takes it up and lays it in. Gordon's got 7 points.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Here's Mills. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Portland with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. We've got more. 3/10 quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. Lakers trail by 6. Outside, George. George double teamed. Down low. Can't throw it down with one hand. And here's Portland. Here's Holmes. Kicks it out to Johnson. Shot clock at 6. Harris outside. Offline with his 3.
He was terrific shooting the ball in the first half, but he looks a little bit slower out there, possibly leg tired here in the second half.
Portland leading by 6. On its way from Dudley for 2. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. A nice shot by George. George has got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for Los Angeles.
Yeah, which ways tonight has Paul George not made an impact in this game? A one-man wrecking crew.
Dudley's shot is good.
And as much offense as we saw earlier, I mean, we're seeing even more of it here now late in the game.
What is this, February? Feels like an all-star game is broken out. Neither side willing or able to stop the other.
Outside, George. Jackson. Lloyd trying to get open. And the dunk by Jackson.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, Booker doing a good job that time. Instead of looking for the shot, looking for a teammate.
Pass to Jackson. Shoots over Dudley. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Portland leading. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. Here's George. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, PG played his first 7 seasons in Indiana with the Pacers and guided them to 2 Eastern Conference Finals appearances. And that playoff PG moniker that he came up with, it holds true if you look at the numbers. And when the Pacers were about to rebuild, I think Paul George let them know that he was willing to move on to continue his career somewhere else.
Johnson outside. Portland needs to get off a shot. Lamb. Off target from three-point range.
Boy, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Yeah, Paul George not waiting around, wanting to get out in transition, run the floor, and become a dangerous weapon on the perimeter.
Here's Johnson. Right through the D for the layup. A lot of fans in Indiana upset with Paul George for deciding to leave. Do they have a point, Brent, or is that unfair?
I think it's a little unfair, Kevin. The 7 great years from Paul George, obviously had to recover from the leg injury and came back strong. But PG wanting to go somewhere where he could win a title, and that's a decision that every player has to make. PG thought somewhere else he might have that opportunity and maybe more chances to do so.
Play with it. Picked up by Harris. Outside, George. Chalk up 2 there. George has got 19 points.
That's why you turn to Paul George. These moments are for PG.
Johnson surveying the floor. Shoots. On the wing, Johnson. Harris outside. Over Jackson. Harris misses.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Chalk up 2 there.
Yeah, Paul George on the inside, comfortable knowing where he can get to, just tries to find a sliver of room in order to get that shot off.
Now Johnson. Harris outside. Back to Johnson. Second shot opportunity.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
Cauley-Stein stepping up, huge.
Trailblazers trailed by 3. Pass to Dudley. Portland no good that time either. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
And Portland has possession. They get a hand on it. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
Man, the score being this close, you have to retain possession of the ball. You just can't give it away like that.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They're trailing by 3. We've got 1:08 left to play in the final quarter. And Portland making a change here. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Terry Stotts just went over his game plan with his team. He told them this game wasn't over yet. He said, don't give up. If we make a few big plays, we're right back in this game. Stay the course. Back to you, Kevin.
Here's George. Count it.
Well, your best players want to take on the burden come clutch time, and Paul George carrying the weight right now.
Johnson attacking. Pass to Blakeney. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. And now we've got the intentional foul. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Now here's Roy. To the paint. And here's Fry for 3. Sinks the triple. And now it's an 8-point Laker lead.
And with time becoming a factor, that may do it, guys.
Well, leads are not given. They are earned. Playing with desire and attention to detail all night.
He drops the first one, and that narrows the gap to 7. So Johnson hits 2 of them. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now they decide to foul intentionally. And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall.
And at the offensive end, Gortat probably doesn't get his due. He's got a lot of moves, and he can finish with either hand. And his work on the offensive glass is more than capable. And something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another. And you need both elements working together.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 9-point ball game here.
Clutch free throws there. That should ensure they're going home with the W.
Pass to Harris. Shoots it up. That's good, and Johnson with the assist.
And you look at combo forwards that can help you provide some spacing out there. Harris right now spotting up and hitting.
Good on the first, and that stretches their lead to 8. And a tough break as his second attempt at the line, no good. And so the Lakers take the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really